Braveheart workshops and our 23 inspirational speakers are presenting Hope, Health, and Healing on August 20th to 22nd for men and women, both live in Branson, Missouri, and virtually throughout the world at this inspirational conference for everyone around the globe. During these times of change throughout the world this past year and a half, we've experienced times of hopelessness, decreased health, and prolonged healing, which has resulted because of lockdowns, isolation, and being unconnected for far too long. We need hope, health, and healing in the world now more than ever, with God as our foundation or the higher power you have chosen to get through these troubling times. God used this season in our lives to strengthen us in ways we never anticipated, empowering us to flourish and expand in ways we could have never imagined. Looking forward in 2021, our hearts have been filled and renewed with hope as we envision what it will be like to come together at a live and a virtual conference in community once again to reveal the glory of His divine love. Our personal and ongoing transformation and hope have come from God, who formed us in our mother's womb and as He uniquely created each of us and breathed life into us through our lives. He has transformed us. And as you hear these stories, look to Him and see how our stories in your life look for the similarities instead of these differences. When we're willing to unmask the masks we've hidden behind and allow the glory of God to shine brightly through, His love will continue to transform each of you and resurrect your life and be filled with more hope, health, and healing. These amazing speakers will be sharing their personal life stories pertaining to perfectionism, how busyness has brought on more isolation in their life and disconnection, their stories of grief, loss, addiction, suicidal thoughts, sexual abuse, and other life experiences. And that story will weave amazing transformation into your lives. We would now love to introduce you to some of the lineup of our speakers, and they will share why they're being led to share their stories with you of how their lives have been transformed with hope, health, and healing. So starting us off is our amazing speaker, Christy Crenshaw. Welcome, Christy, if you could share with us.
Hi, thank you, Jill. Thank you so much for putting together this conference and for inviting all of us to share and partake and be a part of this. What I will be sharing is the story of how I went from morbidly obese, 250 plus pounds at only 5 foot tall, to sharing the story of how the Lord led me from that place of brokenness and being unhealthy and having zero energy and feeling very unfulfilled with my life, to how I have now overcome the things that were causing this problem in my life. So it's been a journey of transformation that I want to share with people, because it's powerful when you can understand how the Lord can lead you out of these things. And that's why I chose to share my story of hope, health, and healing.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you sharing that with us. So right now, we'd like to jump over to our next speaker, and I'm seeing how to change the spotlight. Hold on a minute. There we go. So next online that I'd love to share with is our wonderful speaker, Rochelle Ray Johnson, joining us. Rochelle, share where you're from and a little bit of what's inspired you and what you want to share at the conference and why you're choosing Hope, Health, and Healing.
Hello, everyone. Glad to see all of your smiling faces and those I can't see, just to feel your energy and to know that you're there. I am so honored to have been asked to be a part of the platform and blessed to know that my story was not only to help me to fulfill my purpose, but to connect with those who have been in a place of hurt, disillusion, and disappointment, which to me are just sisters or another way of calling rejection. And I like to tell people that rejection is my life adjustment superpower. And I know that we don't believe in cliche like superpower, but as you can see, I'm just a little bit different. And I like to move at the speed of purple. We'll talk about that a little later. But I was born into rejection. I moved through rejection, and I didn't realize that God was setting me up, because now I have learned that I'm not looking to get validation from men, from things. And when I say men, I mean men and women. I am looking for God to put in me all the things that I've been looking for. And I know a lot of us are feeling hopeless. And that hopelessness starts to take a place in our body. So we start to break down. So we need health. And all of that can come in healing, but we're only going to get that from God.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. So we look forward to hearing more in detail Rochelle's story on rejection and how God's transformed that rejection to that of hope, health, and healing. So next up, let's go to, I'm looking on my screen here, to Kat Sharp. So Kat, could you share with us a little bit about what is leading you to this event?
Of course. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. I'm so excited to share this opportunity with so many amazing speakers and hear what God has done. I am really excited to share my experience. I went through a decade-long abusive relationship, and that led to some very, very dark times for me personally, deep, deep depression. And I'll share more about that, of course. But it also led to binge eating, sugar addiction, food addiction, and I was well over 300 pounds. And my doctor told me to get used to the idea of being in a wheelchair. And through Jesus, I found hope through Jesus. And I was able to be delivered from that binge eating disorder, from the sugar addiction. I've lost over 100 pounds, and the wheelchair is nowhere in my future. And that is all because Jesus was my hope. And I cannot wait to tell you the rest of that story.
Thank you very much, Kat. You're amazing, and we look forward to having you at the Hope, Health, and Healing Conference. It'll be totally amazing. So let's jump now to Marla. Marla, we'd love to highlight you and tell us a little bit about why you're speaking at this event as well.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm excited to be in my hometown of Branson, Missouri for this event. I'm glad you all are coming. And Harriet, I saw you on there in Branson. Sisters need to stick together. Well, I'm excited because there are so many people that I know during this pandemic has gone through very difficult challenges. It has been a challenge for me and my home. With children and all kinds of things going on. But mainly what I'm going to share is when I was born, I was preconceived in a pregnancy with an unwanted mother. She was single. I don't know anything about her. So at birth, I was given up. Nobody wanted me. I went to foster care for 3 months. And so I was rejected severely at birth. Nobody wanted me. And at 3 months old, I was adopted. But what I've learned over time is God adopts all of us into his kingdom, and he loves us unconditionally. So I've learned that we are not rejected by God. We're loved unconditionally. And I believe, just like the woman who kept going before the judge and asking and seeking the judge And in Luke chapter 18, God saw her perseverance through that story, that parable, and that perseverance cleansed her heart from all her faults, all of her past, and brought her into a place of freedom. And I believe that we as sisters need to come to that place of hope, health, and healing, of freedom. Freedom in the Lord, freedom from bondages, freedom from strongholds, freedom from rejection. And so I'm going to share what it's like to have freedom in the Lord.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. We're honored to have you. Um, let's go to Shelby. Shelby, would you highlight with us of why you're coming to this event?
So first of all, I want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be a part of an event that is so close to my hometown and something that's going to be so influential in others' lives. I'm really appreciative for that. But the reason that I really wanted to be a part of this event and felt very called to be a part of the Hope, Health, and Healing Conference is because all of basically my transformation started with hearing one woman's story and one woman's testimony. And that was something so powerful for me. So if we are able to share our stories of brokenness and hope and healing that, God has led us to and brought us through, then we can make such an impact on others' lives. And that one woman made such a difference in my life that I want to share how, God brought me through places of brokenness and abuse, and then showed me whenever I was feeling rejected and when I was feeling low, how I could use my gifts for him. So that's what I want to share and hopefully help inspire at the Hope, Health, and Healing Conference.
Thank you so much, Shelby. We love you and so grateful that you're joining us. Dr. K, we'd love to highlight you if you'll come on now.
Hey, good morning. Good day, everyone. My name is Cassandra Dr K Brown. I am the Tilted Fedora trainer, and I am excited about being at the Hope, Health, and Healing Conference to share my story of moving beyond betrayal. Like so many others, I was in a 10-year abusive marriage, actually 12 years. 10 years we lived together, 2 years we lived separated. And through watching a TV show, found out that I was actually in an abusive relationship, which ended in my discovering a betrayal that literally sent me to the depths of depression. And I want to talk about how God led me through that process, how he literally walked me through betrayal and spared my life from suicidal thoughts and suicidal ideation. I'm excited about that because I've learned since then that telling my story actually brought me strength and brought hope to others who were in the same situation, which let them know they were sick. And really, you don't get healed until you realize that you're sick. And that brings forth healing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. We love that. Let's go next to Anita. Anita, would you share with us? You're on, Anita.
Yes. Thank you, Jill, for having me be a part of this conference. I am a preacher's kid. I minister now. I sing, I write songs, I speak to different venues. And I thank the Lord that he brought me through all that he's brought me through. I was in 18 years of an abusive marriage, been raped, been beaten, struck down, just all kinds of things. But, I had praying parents, and I thank God for that because God's the one that brought me through everything. And as I minister to the whole body, soul, mind, and body. And I find it interesting that this is hope, health, and healing because it's the same things. And I believe God has placed me here for this time to help people, to minister to them, to let them know that there is hope in the time of all these troubles. And even the things that are coming now and are ahead of us, God's the one that has the answer. We have to look to the Lord for all these things. No matter what you're going through, He's there for us. He never leaves us. He won't forsake us. And I know it says in Revelations that it says by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony, you know, that's what we can do. We have that testimony, and our troubles give us what we need to share with others, that we have come through all of this terrible things that come against us and attack us. And I thank God that Jill, that you have this program set up for this conference. And I'm looking forward to meeting all the ladies and listening to their stories and how God helped them.
Thank you so much, Anita. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So let's go next to Dr. Christian. Dr. Christian, if you could share with us a little bit about what's brought you to this place of wanting to share your story.
Well, first, thank you so much, Jill, for allowing me to be a part of this conference that you're holding in Branson. Many people know me as the face of forgiveness, or the forgiveness doctor. I got that title because of an incident that had happened when a young boy tried to kill me by dropping a rock off the interstate and literally taking it off my face. I wanted to be a part of this conference because I believe that it was through the healing of my body, through forgiveness of the individual who attempted to kill me. I believe that God had more in store for my life. And as a result of it, He's taken me to higher heights and used my story of forgiveness to help other people to find healing in their own lives and to be able to find the position that God wants to move them into. Well, I'm looking forward to telling my story because I believe others will be healed, will be given hope, and I believe that their faith will be in.
You're amazing, Dr. Christian, and I am so honored that you'll be here. And one of the parts of his story I loved too is that his Forgiveness Foundation, Dr. Christian, is going to be walking in October from Ohio to Washington, D.C. 550 miles he's walking to raise awareness to overcome bullying in the world and forgiveness. So just amazing, man. And I'm just so honored that God led us to you so you can share your story of hope, health, and healing. And now we're going to feature Harriet. Harriet, if you could share with us, that would be amazing.
Oh, Jill, I'm just delighted to be part of this conference. My story began when I was a young woman, desperately hoping for a child and having difficulty conceiving. And during that journey, I developed a hunger and a thirst for the Word of God, because I knew that if you want to conceive life and you cannot do it, where do you go but to the giver of life? And I began to desire His presence more than I wanted a child. I finally reached that point in my seeking Him that I was able to say, Lord, you're all I want and all I need in this world. If I never have a child, I just want you. And when I laid the desire of my heart on the altar, that's when I felt the presence of the Lord surround me. And I knew that He had heard me. I touched heaven with my prayer. And it didn't matter. I really meant it. I laid down the desire of my heart. I call that my Abraham moment. But 9 months later, I was the joyful mother of a bouncing baby girl. And through that experience, I learned that seeking the Lord, no matter what you're going through, is the only hope, the only health, the only healing. And I've been through many other challenges in my life, but I can trust Him. I can rely on Him. I can encourage others to do the same. And that's why I'm so delighted to be a part of this conference. And I thank you so much, Jill, for the opportunity to bless others with our stories, because I can see that as each person has spoken, they've walked through a valley, and there are many people out there walking through valleys that are similar. and they're going to find encouragement, because with the same comfort that we've been comforted with, that's what we use to comfort others. So it's going to be an awesome, awesome time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harriet. And so we are just honored. Several of the other speakers had prior commitments and couldn't be here, but we will be so honored that you will come and hear each one. To get to know our speakers even a little bit more, please go to the website, which is braveheartworkshops.com, and click the event page, and you'll see the landing page, Hope, Health, and Healing. Please take a moment and go to that page and read the amazing bios of each speaker. On the page, you'll also see the schedule for the 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So you'll be able to pencil in that time in your calendar to make sure that you will see the speakers that will speak. Now, for all of you listening, we have an amazing offer for you that we want to gift you with. If you register for the event between now and the end of July, you can get a ticket, buy one, and get the second one for free. General admission is only $48 for the live event, $38 for veterans, seniors, or groups of 10 or more. And for all of you around the world, we've had someone from South Africa and England sign up. It's only $28 for the virtual event. So let's bring hope, health, and healing around the globe. So with all of you who are registering, the extra bonus is when the event is over, we will record the entire event and we will edit it with links of each of these amazing speakers. You will receive that link by email. So at any time, if you've missed one speak or one like really touched your heart and you want to listen to it over and over again, then you'll have that link forever. So please register. Don't say, oh, I'm going to be out of town, I can't do it, because you'll get the link and you can view it at your leisure. So please go online today to braveheartworkshops.com and join us at the Hope, Health, and Healing Conference, live or virtually, in Branson or online. Have a wonderful day and enjoy these speakers. Thanks everyone for joining us. Bye now.